In 2004, one question shook boxing: what happens when raw chaos meets pure technique? Manny Pacquiao had just fought with Mexican legend Marco Antonio Barrera and wanted to see every Mexican great on his way. "I knew Marquez was one of the best featherweights. I trained harder than ever for that fight," says Pacquiao. 3 knockdowns in round 1. But this was only the beginning of a war that would change both their careers forever. Before they shared 12 brutal rounds, Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez walked 2 very different roads to the same ring in Las Vegas. Manny Pacquiao was born in deep poverty in the Philippines. As a kid, he sold bread and donuts on the streets, dropped out of school around 14, and moved alone to Manila just to survive. He slept where he could, worked odd jobs, and fought because it was the only thing that could feed his family. By 16, he was a professional. At 19, he shocked Thailand by knocking out Chache Sasikal to win the WBC flyweight title, his first world championship. Then he jumped up in weight, smashed Lelehanalo Lebuba for the IBF Super Bantamweight belt. In November 2003, Pacquiao moved up again to face Mexican legend Marco Antonio Barrera, the lineal and ring featherweight champion. Almost nobody expected the skinny Filipino southpaw to dominate, but he beat Barrera down, dropped him twice and stopped him in round 11. Overnight, Pacquiao became the ring featherweight champion and the new nightmare of Mexican boxing. On the other side was Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez from Mexico City. He grew up in a tough neighborhood in Iztacalco, started boxing as a kid with his father in the gym, and built himself into a cold, technical counterpuncher with one of the best right hands in the sport. For years, Marquez was called the best fighter without a world title. He was the mandatory challenger for Nassim Haim for almost 2 years, but the big fight never came. While other stars got the spotlight, Marquez kept working as an accountant by day and training with legendary coach Ignacio Beristain at night, waiting for his chance. That chance finally arrived in 2003. Marquez beat Manuel Medina to win the vacant IBF featherweight title, then unified by stopping Derek Gainer to add the WBA belt. He entered 2004 as the unified featherweight champion of the world.
Juan Manuel Marquez.
Same weight, same night, same purse, different missions. On May 8, 2004, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, the unified WBA and IBF titles and the ring featherweight crown all came to the same ring, and 2 men walked in determined to leave as the featherweight king. When this fight ended in a draw, the two still wanted to decide who was stronger and met again. He said the judges wouldn't save Manny this time. Punch genius. Against the Filipino storm, one more war for the belt. Round 1. The bell rings, and it feels less like a new fight and more like round 13 of a story that started in 2004. Pacquiao, now bigger and more muscular at 130, bounces on his toes, testing the distance with quick jabs and feints. Marquez stands calm, high guard, trying to draw Manny in and make him reach. For the first minute, it's a chess match. Little shots to the body, nothing huge. Pacquiao probes with a left downstairs. Marquez answers with a sharp right upstairs that snaps Manny's head just a bit and wakes the crowd up. They clash heads briefly, both men reset. Surviving the storm this time, he's landing on it. That late hook is the exclamation point that steals the round for Dinamita. Round 3. Third round, and Marquez comes out sharp. He times Pacquiao with a big right hand that stops Manny in his tracks. The counterpuncher is feeding off the aggression, using Pacquiao's forward motion like a perfect counter left right through the gap. It detonates on Marquez's chin and sends him crashing to the canvas. The crowd explodes. Marquez gets up, shaken badly, maybe more hurt than in any knockdown from the first fight. Round 4. In round 4, Pacquiao tries to build on the knockdown. He's bouncing, aggressive, searching for another opening for that left hand. Marquez, still a bit shaky at first, uses all his experience to kill Manny's momentum, clinching when he needs to, moving his feet, jabbing to the body. Pacquiao, though, is the one dictating most of the action. He makes Marquez miss with a few wide counters and answers with stiff, thudding lefts that don't always land perfectly clean, but clearly move Marquez back. Late in the round, Marquez sneaks in a nice right hand over the top, reminding everyone he's still dangerous. But overall it's Manny's pace, Manny's volume, Manny's round, his way for good. Round 5. Round 5 slows slightly. After the chaos of the knockdown and the follow-up, both men box more patiently. Pacquiao comes forward, probing with the jab, looking like the aggressor, but not unloading the same way. He lands a few right. Marquez spends the first half of the round studying, then starts to answer with sharp right hands that catch Manny clean. One right snaps Pacquiao's head, another lands late, as if Marquez is trying to steal the round in the final minute. Manny clips him with a left, but the more eye-catching, precise work in this frame belongs to Marquez. He doesn't dominate, but he does just enough with those crisp rights to nudge the round his way and start closing the gap. Round 6. In the 6th, the fight swings again. Marquez goes to work on the body and head with a surgeon's touch. He lands a good right hand over a crouching Pacquiao, then follows with a left uppercut. Round 7. Round 7 turns into tense, tactical warfare. Both men know the fight is close. Pacquiao presses, trying to re-establish control. Marquez looks to keep things at medium range, where his counters can speak. They clash heads yet again, and this time Marquez comes away with a cut near his right eye. Blood adds another layer of danger, but it doesn't stop him. Moments later, Pacquiao lands a wicked right hook that stings Marquez and ignites a furious exchange. Manny scores with lefts at close range, but Marquez fires back with his own right hands, refusing to be overwhelmed. It's the kind of round where both guys have their moments, but Pacquiao's cleaner bursts and that eye-catching right hook give him a narrow edge. The fight remains a razor blade. Every round could be the difference. Round 8. In the 8th, the cut game flips. Marquez finds Pacquiao with a series of sharp right hands and hooks, and suddenly Manny is bleeding badly around his right eye. The blood streams down, visibly bothering him as he blinks and brushes at it. Sensing an opportunity, Marquez jabs at the damaged side, trying to worsen the cut, then rips combinations to the body and head. The Mexican crowd can feel the shift and roars with every round. He also wins a new weapon. Pacquiao's eye is now a target. Round 9. Round 9 is pure tension. Pacquiao knows the cut and the momentum are dangerous. He comes out looking to change the story, and about a minute in he cracks Marquez with a wicked right that reminds everyone he's still the puncher in this ring. Marquez fires back with a straight right of his own. Manny answers with a straight left. They trade, each man landing, each man refusing to be bullied. Pacquiao swings and misses big with a left, action briefly so the doctor can look at a new cut on Marquez's eyelid. When they resume, both fighters know the margins are tiny. They exchange counters, right from Marquez, left from Pacquiao, in a round that could go either way. Manny's slightly sharper late surge is just enough to shade it in his favor on many cards, but nothing about this feels safe. Round 10. Round 10, and Pacquiao dials up the danger. He lands a big left hand that staggers Marquez and immediately pounces, trying to finish what he started. The crowd explodes, smelling a possible knockdown or even a stoppage. Marquez, though, refuses to fall. He backs up, buys himself a few seconds, and fights through the fog. Pacquiao chases with another heavy left, pushing the pace as "Manny!" chants pour down from the stands. But as the round wears, Manny's mouthpiece flies out in the chaos, adding to the drama as the referee briefly intervenes. They close the round trading, Pacquiao with more lefts, Marquez with more rights. But the early damage from Manny's big left hands leaves the stronger impression. It's a wild, momentum-swinging 3 minutes that likely edges to Pacquiao. Round 11. By round 11, both men are cut, tired, and fully aware that the fight is hanging by a thread. Marquez strays low again with a body shot, giving Pacquiao a brief pause and a few extra seconds of rest. Then they're back to it. Marquez stalking with straight rights to the head and hooks to the body. Pacquiao looking to answer with that left whenever he can find space. It's not a round 12. Final round. 12 out of 12. Everything they've done, every adjustment, every cut, every knockdown, leads here. Marquez comes out knowing he needs a big finish. Hands and uppercuts that snap Pacquiao's head and drive him back. For the first half of the round, it looks like Marquez is simply outworking him. Pacquiao, maybe a bit too calm or maybe being controlled by Marquez's rhythm, doesn't fully explode. Truly won Pacquiao. Marquez too will rage just as fiercely as the fight itself.